Forecast.
Hey guys, this is a weekly forecast for November 29th, 2020. Okay, we'll start off with the EURUSD pair. Okay, so EURUSD, we're talking about this daily long trade. A lot of people are probably in this. Targeting up here at the pivot high at 1.2000, right? We're also talking about this level here at the 1.1900 level. There's a weekly trend line, this horizontal one, okay, to watch out for those. So it was this touch and then it touched it again, okay. And at this point, it looks like it's possibly going to go up to this target to 1.2000. Okay, that's the first target. Yeah. Well, here's the deal with this. I explained this on my midweek analysis, but I was explaining how this long trade right here, there's a lot of strong long price action, so it'll probably get through it, so you'll be okay. And it's playing out so far, but you still want to be careful all the time, right? I mean, at this point, it looks fine to at least go to that daily target. But you know, if something happens, I'll just put it on my midweek analysis. Okay. So to sum up the EURUSD, if you're long this trade, you could target the first target 1.2000. And if you're not, and if you didn't enter this long, there's always a possibility of a short. There's still levels up there that haven't been tested yet. So I'm pretty sure I hit that daily target. If a short forms, I'll mention that in the midweek analysis. Okay. All right, let's proceed to Audnzd NZD. If you like this video so far, please push the subscribe button and also the like button. It really helped me out, guys. Thank you. Okay, so the Audnzd NZD, right? So we have a monthly double bottom, very strong price action on this touch here against the downward trend line right here. A weak short price action here on the lower time frames, and so we're looking for entry long to at least 1.0973 or possibly 1.1032. Okay, now we're talking about entries. Now at this point right now in this pullback, if you look on the monthly, right, monthly chart, there's no obvious levels of support at this point. That's the same is true as for the weekly chart. There's no obvious levels, right? And the daily chart. Now normally what happens in a pullback like this is that price begins to make its own trend line. Okay, so what you want to be doing is start drawing trend lines on a daily chart, like from this obvious pivot to this one. And if price starts to respect that new trend line, that's a good thing. That, you know, it's building that long entry for the monthly target. Okay, so it could also be done on the weekly weekly chart. So you could just draw trend line like that, and then next week, if it starts respecting it, that's a great thing. One more thing you want to be looking for on a pullback like this is that you want price to start rounding out. Okay, so rounding out means it's very like this price action right here. There's a 4-hour chart. It's very compact, but it's rounding out, right? It's not like abrupt like this. Okay, so we want to look for that kind of price action too. Okay, yeah, there was a long trade here, but I'm pretty sure this will get stopped out. Yeah. Okay, so to sum up the Audnzd NZD, let's see. Okay, we're long bias and we just want an entry for it up to at least 1.0948, possibly to 1.1032. Okay, what we want to be looking for are new trend lines on the daily and weekly chart, right, like this one, from this pivot to here, and price keeps respecting it. Then on the daily or 4-hour chart, We want price action like this. Okay, it's very compact. It rounds out like that. It keeps respecting that trend line, rounds out. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next pair. Let's see. Let's do a new pair. So pound dollar. Everybody's favorite pound dollar. Oh, and I put out a video this week about the biggest mistake beginner traders make. So if you're a beginner trader, I recommend you watch it. I think, well, if you could absorb what I'm saying in that video, I think it could really save you a lot of time. It's really a fundamental mistake that a lot of traders make. So, okay. Right, so the pound dollar. Okay, so the pound dollar. What is the pound dollar doing? Going up, down. Oh, okay. Okay, so the pound dollar, right? Just by really a little bit, I think the bias is down actually. Okay. I think a lot of people are looking at this double bottom right here on the monthly chart as strong, but I view this as weak. Okay. Now I'm looking for short entries. All right. This could be proven wrong. I mean, I'll show this on midweek analysis if it starts proving to be wrong, but for time being, I still view this long trade as very weak. Okay, so the last short trade is right here. But the reason why this was stopped out wasn't because of a legitimate long bias. There was momentum. There was a lot of momentum in this area on the 4-hour chart. In this area, right? So I'm looking for short trades, but at the same time, if there's momentum long, these things could last for a long time. So anytime you're biased down, for example, but there's a lot of momentum up, you want to be careful, even after you enter a trade, to watch out for momentum signals up. Okay, could keep going. So I'm looking for a trade down. At this point, possibly this setup right here, it's going to form on Monday, but we'll see how strong this is. I didn't analyze that yet, so yeah. At this point, I don't have much to say about this. I can't be like 100% sure about anything, you know. Okay, so to sum up the pound dollar, for me, I'm down biased. I'm short biased, so I'm looking for a short trade. Okay. Now, if a short trade forms, but I'm still watching for a lot of signals to abort that trade because there's just so much momentum up. So I think the same applies. If you're a short bias too, just know that you should be careful and watch for momentum long because it could just stop out your trade just with momentum. On the other hand, if you're long this trade on pound dollar, well then you could actually rely on that momentum up. But when momentum goes up, normally it falls really hard if it's just going up with momentum. Okay. Okay. Let's try it, Euro Yen. Euro Yen. Yeah, so the Euro Yen. Okay. There was a long trade here on the weekly. These short trades are weak, so the target is up here. These will get stopped out. So we're biased long. Again, we're looking for entry for these. Entry long to up to 126.90. Okay. Let's see. All right, there was a long trade on the 4-hour right here. I didn't take this simply because it's a weekly target, right? So for the time being, there's no setups entry points yet for the long target, but I think maybe this 4-hour pivot high will get stopped out though, 125.13. After that to get stopped out, I'll be looking for better long entries. I want something on like the daily because this is like a weekly target, right? Up here. Okay, so that was easy. So the Euro Yen, to sum up the Euro Yen, We're long, yeah, we're long bias up to here. This is our target 127.05. We just want a strong long entry for this, preferably on the daily, I guess. Just because it's a weekly entry. So whatever strategy you use, just make sure it's a ultra strong long entry. Okay, because we're looking for weekly targets here. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, let's do dollar yen. Excuse me. Excuse me. Dollar yen is the same thing. Okay, so we're talking about the overall picture. This is a monthly chart. Price will fall to 101.15 at least at this pivot low. But before that, it still looks like it's going to pull back to 107.23, possibly 109 level. Okay, remember I talked about the reason why for this is that if you look at this weekly trend line that price is respecting, the touches here on the lower price action will look very strong, short price action. But starting from here, this touch right here, the price action on the lower time frame on the short side began to weaken. Okay, so what's happening is that it was very strong down all the way here. It started to show a little bit of weakness on the lower time frame. And then what started happening, there's a lot of long trades happening here. When a long trade is, when it's a very strong short market, long trades will fail right away. But these just have small targets. They're bouncing up and gradually making bigger targets, right? There's one here, number two, there's another one here. So we just want some kind of long entry, right? I think a lot of people might view this setup right here on this level at 103.67 as a possible long. I don't trust this one. I have a feeling price will dip at least back to this 103.16. Stop out these guys. Then we'll see what happens after that. So dollar yen. Yeah, okay, so the sum of the dollar yen, right? Price will eventually go to 101. But we're long bias before that, up to 107 at least, possibly 109. Now we're looking for entry long. At this point, I think, hold on, this weekly long right here, pivot long, it'll get stopped out first. Now, I'm not saying it's going to close under there, but I think it'll wick it down at least. Yeah, this one too. So if there's something happens, I'll just post it on the midweek analysis. Okay, so that's it for this week, guys. I hope you guys have a great week. And yeah, watch the midweek analysis because, you know, things change during the week. And, you know, I don't want to tell you guys one thing and then tell you guys next week when it's too late. Okay. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.